Graham, like they said. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk to you for a little while. I have the privilege of having a three-part session for you today. I'll talk a little bit, then Richard Clark will come up and talk a little bit, and then we'll be joined by a great panel of experts who will answer your questions at that point. As an industry, you've heard a lot about us wanting to move faster. You heard the three gentlemen, the lady on the stage, talk about moving faster and speed of adoption for NDC. Our industry is not unique. I'm going to give you a couple of analogies from other industries where I kind of show, try to prove a point here on infrastructure. So the first analogy I'm going to talk to you about is really the electronic vehicle market. A number of my friends have Teslas, so this is a kind of nod to them. The EV market's growing very quickly. Most car companies, high-end, mid, even low-end cars, are all promising, either have or promising models. And the EV market is expected to surpass ICE, which is internal combustion engines, by 2040. That seems like a very long time, but there'll be more EV cars sold than gas-powered cars sold in 2040. The question is, how can that be accelerated? So these are pictures of charging stations. And to me, you can agree or not agree, battery length and distance that cars can travel is really a big factor when it comes to the adoption of EV. So a lot of companies are heavily investing in this. You can see there Tesla is investing heavily in infrastructure to charge the cars. They have really fast chargers, but they're proprietary. You can only charge a Tesla there. The green ones are actually Walmart. So Walmart is in the business as well, putting up stations everywhere. Really convenient locations. A lot of Walmarts are all over the highways and scattered around that you can get there and charge your car, but they're slow. So really the infrastructure part here is slowing down the adoption, in my view. If infrastructure was provided and the car companies could just get on with increasing battery length and improving and delivering more models out there, I think we'd probably beat the 2040. Next example I'm going to give you is around shopping. So there. That's my fridge. We call that fridge Fred. Fred gives us great water. It's filtered water. And every now and then I got to go to the appliance store and purchase a filter and change the filter about every 3 months. Recently, my son turned me on to Alexa. So I got an Alexa, and I let Alexa use Prime and deliver it to my door, and I thought that was amazing. Last week, Fred ordered a cartridge for me. Arrived at the door, all I had to do was put it in and pay for it. But if Fred could get a credit card, that'd be great. Let me bring you to NDC. Why are these things relevant? It's really around infrastructure, if you ask me. NDC is being adopted slowly. Everybody is working on the same things. Everybody's building out connections to everybody and the same services. And the numbers are good. The NDC certifications are declining slightly. The evolutions of standard it's continued. There's 2 a year, continuing to grow. And then there's the 2020 or 2021-20. The 21 carrier is going to have 20% of their market share by 2020. So you can see it's all moving towards scale. Scale is the operative word in NDC now. Even the latest NDC certification standard level has got nothing to do with functionality. It's got to do with proving you can scale. Brings me to NDC Exchange. We first came out and people thought NDC Exchange was a simple aggregation service, that we would help connect the one-to-many solution. As we started working with carriers and getting more and more carriers interested in our proposition, we started understanding that there are more services that a centralized industry solution can provide for. So on the right of this, you can see there's a number of service buckets that we've come up with. The marketplace is our original entry into the market where it's really around simplifying connectivity. We do translations, so you can be on any schema, so forth. We just facilitate the communication. The other ones are things that we're discovering. We now have a catalog of some 20 services. Not all of them are live, unfortunately, but we're getting there. And they center around API management, trying to manage the load, how many questions you're getting, how many responses you have to answer to, so filtering, so forth. API message enrichment is really around improving the message, whether that's by integrating rich content that you heard about today, baggage, taxation, those kinds of things. And API integration is really around simplifying the connectivity for interline, whether that be interline ancillaries or true interline tickets. So I know you all have the same burning question is, how are Fred and Alexa doing? I want to say, not well for Fred. Alexa doesn't seem to want to be exclusive anymore, and she's talking to everybody in the kitchen. Thank you very much for your time. Do I get any happy cards? No? Thank you. So next, I'm going to invite up Richard Clark from T2RL. He's going to share his perspective, and then I'll be back with the group on the panel stage here for questions. All right? Thanks.